The U.S. cancels orders on large-scale China-U.S. Shipping halts. Containers pile up at Chinese ports. That is a mouthful of a title here, guys. But all right, this is a suggestion via Discord. Let's jump into it. See where this takes us, guys.
The U.S.-China trade war has kicked off. Just look at these containers piling up on the docks. These are all waiting to be exported. This footage was taken on April 11th by a Douyin user in Zhejiang at a local port.
Yesterday.
It's not just Zhejiang. In recent days, major export hubs along China's coast, including Guangdong, Shanghai, and even Hong Kong, have seen freight operations come to a near standstill. Ports in these areas are now filled with containers waiting to be shipped. The 145% tariff imposed by the United States on Chinese goods has officially taken effect, triggering severe disruption across China's export supply chain. According to Chinese financial outlet Caixin, at Shanghai's Yangshan and Waigaoqiao ports, many shipments bound for the U.S. were rushed onto vessels in a race to depart before the tariffs were enforced.
Of course they were. I mean, or obviously sent to other countries to be shipped from these countries.
But after the U.S. announced a 125% tariff, Shanghai's once busy export activity came to a sudden stop within days. By April 10th, almost no cargo ships bound for the U.S. could be seen. Reports say many cargo ships and freight flights between China and the U.S. have been canceled. Containers that missed the shipping deadline are now stuck at dockside storage yards, and many exporters are filing customs return paperwork. It is estimated that about half the shipping capacity on U.S.-China routes will be canceled in the near future.
I can see that.
According to Radio Free Asia, Mr. Qian, an exporter from Guangdong, currently on a business trip in Shanghai, said in an April 11th interview that Yantian port in Guangdong is seeing the same situation as Shanghai. Containers are stacked high, and very few cargo ships are leaving. A Costco shipping worker stationed at Yangshan port said many sailings on U.S.-China routes have already been canceled. Ships that are not fully loaded, where charters would normally pay for unused capacity, are no longer sailing. 3 vessels are being combined into 2, and eventually into 1, even if it ends up without cargo.
It's going to get lower.
A manager at a large freight forwarding company added that most exporters shipping to the U.S. have now suspended their operations and are waiting to see how the situation unfolds.
Hey, listen, guys, I just wanted to see kind of where we were going with this video here. So like obviously, many Americans are not even no longer purchasing from here because if you try to buy something from China right now, you realize that it's much more expensive than you think than it needs to be. Mainly look at the shipping and handling aspect of it. You'll see instantly prices have gone up, bro. It's less moving. So your specific thing is one of the, let's say, 1,000 pieces instead of 20,000 pieces. So of course that spot now is unfortunately more expensive. And listen, Xi definitely needs to do something here. I'm fully aware that China can absolutely hurt us. Okay, and what I mean by that is that they carry about $780 billion worth of our bonds. They have a gigantic amount of our bonds, right? So if they were to actually sell off their bonds, it would hurt the American public in a way that is absolutely crazy. While also raising the value of their yuan, which would be a great thing, right? I mean, after they've been consistently devaluing their currency for such a really long time, right? But if they were to do that, we would suffer. And I mean, we would suffer in a very crazy way, also now raising the prices of all their exports. So even though it would hurt us, it would also hurt them in a massive, massive way. So while they're trying to bring down the price of their exports, okay, to the United States of America, it would basically get even higher, bro. All right. And the people in the United States of America could not even afford the new raised prices. They really do have the ability to wreck us if they really tried hard, right? At least temporarily. Okay. But I'm not sure how am I supposed to feel about this, bro. Did China care when they basically, decided to undercut all of the American workers and things like that? I don't think so. So why should we?
Fellow freight forwarders, we can't survive anymore. They've raised the tariffs by another 50%. The US-Canada route is totally crashing. Clients are pulling their shipments by the truckload. How am I supposed to live? The trade war's bullets are hitting me hard. Some people might ask, why is Canada even involved in these US tariffs? Why is the US-Canada route treated as one line? After the goods reach the US, they go by bonded truck to Canada, or once they get to Canada, they go by bonded truck to the US, or they transfer by train. They used to be like inseparable sisters, but now they've broken up. He raises tariffs on him, and he raises tariffs on him. Now I have nothing to eat. Of course, it's not just me. I bet some of you watching my video won't have food either. These times are tough. Hang in there, friends. Better days will come. Once we get through this, I'll be one of the survivors of the 2025 US-China trade war. With 145% tariffs, and I still managed to steal 20 containers. Who says only those standing in the light are heroes? Those who survive will witness history. Ming Pao reports that individuals working in the sea freight consolidation business in both China and the US say that, after consulting within their industry, they found that as of April 10, the booking volume for container ships departing from various ports in China to the US had dropped by more than half. They predict that due to the unpredictable nature of the tariff war, some goods may be rejected by buyers and returned after reaching the US. The air freight market is also facing significant damage. A freight forwarder from South China told Caixin that next week's air shipments to the US are also expected to drop by 90%, with major airlines cutting back on cargo flights. Due to the sudden high tariffs, exporters and their clients must renegotiate how to share costs, which has led to many goods being forced to stop shipping.
Yeah, guys, I definitely don't want to make it seem like it's specifically the people. Like, just be fully aware the people are definitely going to suffer. I just definitely wish that the leadership of this communist country here would absolutely have tried to do things maybe a little differently, let's say. Like, don't base your entire country's economy off of, basically taking the jobs from another country. Don't get me wrong here. We are absolutely complicit in this also. Specifically the corporation owners who decided that profit was much more important than the future, let's say, of the country. Right? I mean, we're kind of here with them. I mean, they took it because, of course, hey, listen, we got free intellectual property, right? You created it, but don't worry, I'm gonna take it, right? Like that. That's basically what's going on here. I feel bad for the people, absolutely, right? But bro, whatever they're doing in Beijing right now, it's a problem. Okay, it's a big problem, and Xi basically needs to step up, bro. But keep this in mind here. China's not really like a dictatorship, but I think it looks like one from the outside. The level of bureaucracy in Beijing is absolutely insane.
High tariffs have not only caused port congestion, but have also placed foreign trade factories in an unprecedented crisis. According to Caixin and other media, since the U.S. tariffs took effect, export factories in Zhejiang and Guangdong, two major freight trade provinces, have almost stopped production, and warehouses are filled with goods that were originally meant to be exported.
The business owners in Shaoxing are breaking down. There's 145% tariffs. Did Trump even use a calculator to come up with that? You buy goods worth $100, but first you have to pay $145 in tariffs to US customs. Mr. Wang from the textile factory had $200,000 in costs for a shipment of polyester fabric that used to make a profit of $50,000 selling to the US. But now with the new tariffs, he's losing $40,000. Mr. Wang was crying in front of his warehouse, and now no one even wants the cloth, not even for dish rags. Many other owners have also had their cash flow cut off and orders are being cancelled. What should we do now?
Similar reports are coming in from across China. A user from Jiangsu commented, "My family does foreign trade, and most of our orders are from the US. Yesterday, we got a call from the client asking us to pause." Another user from Guangdong commented, "Clients exporting to the US have almost all canceled their orders, and they're not even keeping the deposits." An employee from a foreign trade factory in Zhejiang commented and said, "Our company's exports are mainly to the US. Now the clients urgently asked us to stop. As for the goods still on the sea, if they're cleared by May 27, we'll still face a 54% tariff. We can't verify the accuracy of this grace period, but it shows how desperate these struggles foreign trade businesses are for any possible relief." A business owner running an automotive parts processing factory in Guangdong expresses helplessness in a video.
这关税一涨，厂子直接变养老。
Once the tariffs went up, the factory turned into a retirement home.
Wow.
This time last year, the machines were deafening. Now, not even rats come around. 2 million yuan worth of goods are stacked up like mountains, and no one wants them, not even for free. The workers sit outside in the sun all day, and I'm paying their basic wages out of my own pocket.
Yeah, bro, because what you're making really isn't worth what the price tag is. Right? I mean, if it was inherently valuable, then these things would be flying off the shelves, even still. Right? I mean, to be honest here, but either way.
Workers sit outside in the sun all day, and I'm paying their basic wages out of my own pocket. The bank is hounding me every day over the loan. If this keeps up for another 3 months, these machines will be worth nothing but scrap. The Americans raise tariffs without a second thought, but it's killing those of us in real industry.
Yeah, but listen, but our industry is completely killed. It's dead. It's dead because your country legitimately undercut American workers. That's the reality of the situation here. Like, I mean, where an American would do something for, I don't know, $20 an hour, you decided to pay people 2,000 yuan a month, which is like $280 a month, right? Working all day. Okay, the labor is much cheaper. The fact is that we now know that an iPhone basically costs $10 to $15 to make. In America, they sell it for over $1,000. It's all absolutely insane. You decided to work for basically nothing, right? I don't even know what to say. And then you banked your entire, like 90% of your economy off of America. Okay? So yeah, guys, listen, I'm sorry. I mean, China is in fact our adversary. It is not an ally to us. It is not. Yeah, they're absolutely our main producers. One of our main producers, guys. Okay? Absolutely. But when does it come? Like when does the time come that we actually sit back for a second and say, you know what, listen, how about we actually start working on our country? Okay. How about we start bringing these manufacturing jobs back to the United States of America so people can kind of, live off of one job again, right? Picket fence, wife at home, 2 kids, a dog, right? Can we please do that? Can we go back to that? I mean, I get it. You're saying that people are suffering here, but I mean, go back 30, 40 years in the United States of America. And did you care when these people were losing their jobs? I want to know, sir. Something tells me you didn't. Right? And even if you heard the story, you wouldn't care. So I hear this, bro. I get it. At least I'm able to be like, listen, I feel for the people that are going through it, but guys,
Anyone have a way to clear out this inventory? I'll take scrap prices if I have to. A clothing factory owner is clearing out inventory due to excess stock.
这白裤子谁要是不嫌弃的，你们都拿走穿吧。
Does anyone want these white pants? If you don't mind, you can just take them. It's such a shame to throw away tens of thousands of them. The US is hitting us with heavy tariffs, and these goods are affected. Physical stores are closing down. All the big brands are shipping their genuine products with labels. There's only 3 days left, so I'm clearing everything out at a discount. If you've never bought before, now's the time to try a few.
The US-China trade war has dealt a devastating blow to industries that depend on exports to the United States, especially in sectors such as textiles, apparel, electronics, and automotive products. Factories that previously manufactured goods for American brands have been hit hardest, with widespread order cancellations and even finished products left without buyers. Many factories have been forced to halt production or attempt to reduce inventory through domestic sales, but weak consumer demand at home has limited the impact, resulting in heavy losses. Today is April 10th. U.S. tariffs have surged to a staggering 145%. Many friends running OEM factories for American brands told me all their U.S. orders were canceled. Even completed goods are being rejected, and shipments that already reached the port are being pulled back. Some shameless clients are even demanding their deposits back.
That's a little trashy, bro. All right, name the companies because that's a little trashy. Like I get it, I hear you, right? We cannot make things in China anymore. That's basically what Trump has basically set up now. Imagine 145% tariff. Yeah, the woman earlier was right. If the product costs $100, bro, they have to pay $145 just to be able to sell it to you for $100. right? So now we're not even talking like, will the cost be passed on to you? Yeah, that thing you purchased for $100 is now $245. Congratulations, right? Buy American. That's basically what they're screaming right now, right? And also the reason why I'm starting to see a lot of companies. Hold on, guys. That's probably also why I'm starting to see a lot of companies saying, made in America, made in America, made in America. I like that. I mean, listen, I think we need to start building things. How is it that you think that we're going to exist for another 100, 200, 300 years, guys, as a nation, if we are not even building anything for ourselves anymore, bro? Right? Like under no circumstance should this have happened. But I also understand the concept of business, right? I'm a business owner. I've run a business, right? I understand why you did it. It's pure profit. You just want to make more money, right? You want to spend less on the actual thing, right? And then make as much profit as humanly possible for your shareholders. I get that, right? But in the meantime, okay, the level of late stage that we're in right now, let's say, in a nice way, is absolutely harming the nation. Okay, we need to fix this, right? Bring the jobs back to America. Let's start there. Okay. Now, again, there are definitely some countries that I'm not sure that we should be, levying massive amounts of tariffs on. I'm just going to be completely honest here. I think everything needs to be a case by case basis, not specifically a blanket 10% on some of the other nations, Singapore being one of them. But you know what? Hey, listen, Trump, do what you need to do. All right. We're going to make it through this. Absolutely. I mean, we are incredibly strong as a people, as a nation. I think that we're going to come out of this hopefully good, guys. Just truthfully, honestly here. Hopefully we come out amazingly. But it's going to be hard. In fact, all right. Like, I mean, we're not even close to feeling it yet based off of the amount of product that China sends to the United States of America on a regular basis. Right? Like outside of when he decided to put the tariffs out there, right? We still have probably a couple of months worth of craziness, guys. Just understand that. All right. We still have enough. We have enough left. But once that's over, the scarcity of it may honestly bring the price up on a good amount of things. Like tariffs definitely bring prices up because again, everyone is greedy. They're not gonna eat that cost. You're going to. I'm going to. We're all going to. Right? So this is why there definitely needs to always be some type of carve out. I do think that Trump put some carve outs. I think they came out today, if I recall, maybe computers and electronics and things like that. China does have a solid stronghold, let's say, on rare earth minerals and materials, right? So that's going to be intriguing to see how that goes, right? But it also tells me that most likely a lot of other countries are going to start getting into that game and start selling to us. I'll be honest. So specifically the ones that are at 10%, not 145%. Right, but also glad that a lot of these the figureheads of these nations are definitely coming forward to have conversations with Trump. I think that's very conducive to the movement here, guys. Right, but all right, listen, guys, let me know in the comments what you guys think. You guys all have an absolutely amazing day. Enjoy your day thoroughly.